We all suffer from a bit of road rage from time to time. You know, it happens. It happens to me sometimes. Right, it happens to all of us, right? Sometimes when we're driving, we get a little bit angry, but some people take it so far to the point where they've probably destroyed their lives. You've probably seen this video on Twitter. Dashcam video shows man with intense road rage, putting that a little bit mildly, careening along parade route to the point where a lot of people thought it was a ram raid terrorist attack. Panic parade goers dove for cover as a driver, overcome by a fit of road rage, careened through the streets of Portland, Oregon, spewing profanities and screaming about the injustice of closed roads. Newly released dashcam video, first obtained by the Oregonian, shows an enraged Sidney Metcham. I think Metcham. That's one of the old, maybe Meckham. Don't know. That's one of the old ways of spelling my last name, by the way. Allegedly crossing through barriers and ploughing through traffic cones set up for the June 10th Rose Festival parade before weaving along the parade route and causing people to dive out of the path of his erratic driving. The dramatic video taken from inside Metcham's fucking Chevy Avalanche. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's probably Meckham or Meekham or Miheen, or whatever, I don't fucking know, was submitted by prosecutors as evidence during a hearing in which a judge decides if a defendant will remain in jail before their trial, according to NBC's KGWA. Metcham, 42, pleaded not guilty to 38 counts, including felony, unlawful use of a weapon, and attempting to elude an officer. I think the weapon in this case is his car. He was also accused of driving with a suspended license and no insurance. Wow. It just gets. See, if you've got a suspended license and no insurance, you need to drive so carefully everywhere. Not literally mount the curb like he was driving like at a 45-degree angle on embankments to get around the blockades, and then driving. Try basically if you've no license or no insurance or anything like that, like don't draw attention to yourself. Like, do you know what I mean? That seemed a little bit silly. I mean, did he think that no one was going to like run his plate? I mean, if you've drove through a parade of like a good few thousand people, there's going to be someone that's going to like remember your plate. Just seems a little bit silly. Like, he remains in custody in a Portland jail after a judge denied his bail at an August hearing. Jesus Christ, he's been in since August. Thousands of people had gathered along the 3-kilometre long parade route of the Rose Festival Grand Floral Parade, which was just about to begin. With music blaring inside the vehicle and sirens sounding outside, Metcham allegedly crashed through a set of Oregon Department of Transportation barricades. Extended footage obtained by KGWA shows multiple angles from inside Metcham's car as he grows increasingly angry with being stuck in traffic. They've got it all blocked off, he screams before flipping off at construction workers and yelling "fuck you." He didn't do that. He yelled "fuck you" like fucking 12, 13 times. He was going "fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." The guy was, yeah. I mean, like, I understand people get angry sometimes, and there's been a few times where I've been like that level of angry, but not to the point where I'm probably going to get sent to jail for a good number of years. The dashcam footage then shows him speeding through a blocked exit, hitting signs that warned of a parade route ahead, and driving up on the grassy shoulder of the highway to veer around construction and transportation vehicles. It's at this point that he veers directly onto the parade route, refusing to stop for police officers attempting to pull him over. He runs multiple red lights and crosses several barriers on side streets. According to Insider, this isn't Metcham's first serious brush with the law. In 1999, he was convicted of attempted first-degree rape. Oh, God. Oh, dear. And attempted first-degree sodomy, according to the Oregon State Police Sex Offender Registry. Well, that's not good. And in 2016, he was convicted of both third-degree sexual abuse and sodomy. Wow. So, if this guy had just kept his cool, then, his entire shady past would not be out for everyone to see. According to the records from the Oregon Judicial Department, Metcham is awaiting new counsel, so he's getting a new lawyer. Right. Look, one thing that I'm very understanding of, right, is if people get angry, I leave them to be angry, right? If people are yelling and cussing and shouting and stuff like that, if it's not at me, then I don't care. I might stir the pot a little bit. It's like, that guy's an arsehole. I'll be like, that guy is an arsehole, bro. You should go over there and say something like that. Like, no, I wouldn't do that. There was a time. No, I'm kidding on. I wouldn't do that. But basically, so I get it. I have an understanding that some people can be really angry, right? But the way this man went about it was not good. I'll admit there's times when I get angry. It's like I drive into work every day, right? The studio is located in the centre of Glasgow, and I usually work very late, so I usually leave like, yeah, late basically. But there's a lot of cut-offs, like from the M8 motorway runs right through the centre of Glasgow, right? So there's lots of cut-offs on the M8 that you can get on the M8 very easily, except later on at night, especially the one, especially the one just down the road there. That's you know where the 24-hour vet is. I forget the name of the cut-off. They just shut that one all the time. They just close it all the time. The one that's up by the car garage at the very top of Glasgow, behind Glasgow Cali, they just shut that all the time, and then they go diversion, and the diversion just says drive another way, and then they don't tell you how to get back onto the M8. So you have to put it into your sat nav, and then you realise all the other cut-offs are also cut off. And I have, on a few occasions, lost my cool, got very angry, said I've had a few gamer moments while I've been driving in the car when that happens, because Glasgow City Council don't give a shit, and they will just happily send you on a little random excursion in the opposite direction of where you want to go, because they just decided to shut the main way out of the city down late at night. And it's very annoying, right? Same as when they had that fucking stupid bicycle race in Glasgow where they actually funneled traffic off the M8 into a dead end. And it was glorious to watch. I saw literally everyone go, they can't arrest all of us, and everyone just started driving down one-way streets. And I remember seeing the police officer doing that, and then I just seen the officer go, because you realise there was nothing they could do. Like, that was a few hundred cars that were doing that. You can't, and again, you couldn't arrest all of them. And I was very angry in that moment. I have a few gamer moments in the car. I get upset. I'm sure all of you do. Everybody does, right? Being angry is a very normal response to things that annoy you, right? But maybe don't take it to the point where you're probably going to prison for very many years because you made everyone think that you were a terrorist committing an attack.